Hey guys, it is long overdue from doing a video, so I am surviving, and I just finished my first month of residency, and what Emory does is actually they do a month of orientation. So it was a long 4 weeks to kind of get up to speed of our expectations and what is kind of expected for this year. So I thought just before I start officially on inpatient service tomorrow morning that I would just jump on here real quick and just kind of tell you guys my match story and how I got here and from Ross University to Emory, which was my #1 choice. So I wrote down beside me of kind of like what I did as the semesters went on, and if this helps one person, great. And I just thought I'd just kind of throw that out there because I get a lot of emails asking me, what did I do? How did I do it? How did you get Emory? How did you match? And so this is kind of the things that I did to set myself up for success. So match was always on my mind. That was like the #1 thing. We go to med school because we want a job, right? So in first semester, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm really interested in sports medicine. I went to the career fair and I didn't see sports medicine club at all at Ross on campus. So I was like, you know what? This needs to change. There's a lot of students that are interested. Let me try and create a club. So that's what I did. So in first semester was kind of the time where I started thinking about things. Should I do it this semester? And then I realized that first semester was really, really tough and a lot of time consuming. So I kind of got the things like my ducks in a row for it to kind of go to fruition in second semester, and that's kind of when the club started. So it was a lot of back and forth, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get that up and running, but it was great. I had a couple of the students as well that were kind of on board and helped me there as well. So we got the sports med up and running, and just that act alone was a huge topic in my interviews, and that was 4 years later, you know. So the stuff that you do in first, second, third, fourth semester on the island, which Ross is in Barbados now, but you know, in whatever school that you are at, it's making sure that you're showing leadership skills, you're showing that you have ambition, and you show that you that you kind of just want it. You know, if something's important to you, you're going to find a way to do it. And I think that programs really like that in a resident, and it shows that you're going to be kind of set up for success when you kind of hit the wards and you hit clinic or whatever specialty that you're in. So biggest thing is that my match story started in first semester, is that I really wanted to make sure that I had some volunteer and extracurriculars on my resume, that when I'm finished and applying to the match, I can put that in. So that was kind of my first inkling of, okay, I want to do sports medicine and I want to do family to get there. The next one is that I also was part of different clubs on the island. So I was also Paws at Ross, which was a huge adoption club that helped stray cats and stray dogs find forever homes. So having that as well on my resume was really, really good. I was also part of the Canadian Student Society as well. I was not a board member. I don't think I was part of the e-board, but I just was a member. So again, anything that you guys do really early on is a really big component of your application. So really making sure that you kind of have that that on your resume and on your mind, making sure that you're not just kind of going through the motions, which is so easy to do in basic sciences because you kind of have step 1 looming over your head. But if you can have a couple of these clubs and extracurriculars on your application, it's really, really good. So that brings me to the clinical years. And so I wrote a lot of stuff down. I'm actually using my white coat clipboard. You guys should definitely get this first, third, and fourth year. It saved my butt on so many rotations. I think they're like $40, 35, I can't remember. I thought it was such a waste of money. I was like, I'm never gonna use this, but it's actually great because it folds and it goes into your pocket for your white coat. I will do a whole video on kind of what to wear into the hospital, what to wear to clinic, what saved me during my rotations. But again, I have so many videos lined up that I wanna do that I thought I'd just start kind of that I'm back and doing my match story. So in third and fourth year, that's kind of when I stepped things up a little bit of, okay, you know what? I really want to do sports medicine. I really want to do family. What do I need to do to be successful? So in third year, what I did was anytime that there was any free workshops, I would go. So if the family medicine, club was, or family medicine residents were doing like a free clinic, or if they were doing sport physicals at a local high school, I would always go and I would always ask them, hey, do you guys need an extra hand or an extra set of eyes or anything like that? And they would always say yes, because they need people. You know, these are the free clinics. And so it was really great to kind of get out into the community and kind of meet everyone and let them know that, hey, I'm really serious about this. So I rotated at AMC, which is Atlanta Medical Center, which was such a great experience. I did a lot of cool stuff. I did, you know, a lot of hands-on things, and so I honestly appreciate Wellstar for giving us the great opportunity to kind of learn as medical students and kind of get our hands dirty. So it was really, really great. So in third year, is that you're doing kind of a lot of your rotations. Then you have shelf exams after every rotation. So, you know, peds, surgery, OB, family, did I say peds? I don't know. There's 6 of them. And then I have actually videos in my playlist that shows how I studied for those shelves. But there are 6 of them, and they're actually kind of tough. So you want to really make sure that you're studying and you are learning lots on your rotations. But so pretty much in third year, I just kind of volunteered, and any extracurricular stuff that I could find, I made sure to do that. In fourth year, I actually did create the AMC, so Ross University Family Medicine Interest Group, where I kind of started it with also another student as well, and we kind of were wanting it to come into practice, but we were also like kind of graduating, leaving at the same time. So we kind of had this foundation, we started it, we got a lot of group members, and then we kind of passed the torch for them to really kind of grow back in 2018. So it was actually a really cool experience, and we got a couple attendings on board. So that was really great. And also it was great to kind of bring, you know, like-minded students together of things to do in the community. And then actually I think they're doing sport physicals this weekend that I unfortunately couldn't attend. But it was great to see them kind of still up and running. So that's what I did in fourth year. But I also attended the AAFP conference, which is like American Academy of Family Physicians in Kansas City, which actually is happening this weekend, which is really funny when doing this video. So a year ago, like this weekend, I was at AAFP. And what I did before that conference was I printed out like an 8x11 Excel sheet, and I made sure that I wrote down my top 30 programs that I would want to hit at that conference, because what they do in that conference is a whole bunch of little booths, and there's programs, and they're just standing there and they're kind of waiting for you to chat about their program. And you know, it's kind of like a little mini interview before the actual interview season. So it was really great to kind of chat with programs and for them to kind of get a feel of, you know, the student that I am and talk about extracurriculars. And I actually got a lot of interviews from that conference. So I had a total of 8 interviews, and 4 of the 8 were actually from that conference. So I definitely highly suggest going if you're interested in family medicine. If you're interested in EM or OB, just really making sure that you do go to conferences. It was really great because I went to the AMSSM conference, which is the American Medical Society for Sports Medicine, for 3 years in a row now, and I love it. I love sports medicine so much, as you couldn't tell. And you know, it was really great because last year in 2018 I actually won the inaugural AMSSM Medical Student Scholarship. So it was the first year they were giving it out. You had to write an essay of, you know, why sports and how does it play into your life, and also medicine and your experiences, and I won, which is insane because everyone in America applied. And so I actually like beat out some US grads, which is insane to me. So I actually was presented a huge plaque. I don't know if you guys can see it in the frame, but it's like up to my right. But it was an amazing experience, and I got to meet a lot of really amazing people, and I still keep in contact with today. So that's really, really great. But again, yeah, go to conferences, guys. Get cards made with your name, your email, your phone number. I think I put like medical student, Ross University. And then I also, after that conference, I followed up with every single person that I met at that conference. I followed up with a thank you email. And when I was talking with people, I made sure to get their name so that when I sent a follow-up thank you email, I said, you know, hey John, it was really great to meet you. Or it was like, hey Dr. so-and-so, for the program director, I talked to John, it was really great to chat and get like a PGY2 perspective, I really like this program, watch out for my name during the interview season, or something like that. So it personalized the emails a little bit, because there is a lot of people that do thank yous, so really making sure that you're just adding a little bit of personalization to those emails. Which really, really helped, of course, because I probably would have only had 4 interviews, which is a little scary. So 8 was a good number for me going into the match. Next is what I did during interview season was, before interview season I should say, is that when your ERAS is done, which is your kind of big application center, I used Frida, which is a huge kind of online resource that lists all the programs in the country. And what I did is I literally went one by one, do they take the J1 visa, which is what I needed, and are they IMG friendly? And I know that that should be synonymous, that if they're IMG friendly and they offer the J1, yeah, of course, but on their website they say they offer the J1, but then if you look at the roster of the residents and there's absolutely no IMGs, that's concerning, and I didn't even bother applying. So they just want the $28 because that's how much it is per program to apply, which is really expensive. So what I did is, you know, by the end I applied to, I think there's 750 family medicine programs in the US, which is insane. And then as soon as you kind of put a filter on it that, okay, do they offer the J1 visa, I think it goes down to about 500 programs. So I went one by one, each program, looking at their website, what are the requirements, are my cutoffs for step 1 fine? And then I would put it down as like, okay, I would apply. So I got down to 155 programs, which if you're a US grad, you're probably thinking, okay, what? And then if you're from Ross, you're like, okay, what? That is not enough. So it is kind of your feel on how many programs that you should apply to. I felt really good with 155, and I was like, okay, I really don't think I'm going to get my 155th pick. I mean, even if I do, great. It's a job, it's a residency, I will go anywhere. So that's kind of my little tidbit, is that don't under apply, but don't over apply for the fear of not matching, because I mean, you can spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and blindly applying to 500 programs, but they don't even take your visa, or they don't even have, you know, your cutoff for your step 1 is not met. So it's kind of a waste of money. So what I would do is slowly go through the Frida online, which is a great resource. Go to the program's website. You can even email the program coordinators if you have any more questions. And then again, get those letters of rec in really early. So I felt really good after interview season, going to the 8 interviews and ranking all 8 because I wanted to match. And you know, I didn't try and beat the algorithm. There's a lot of people that try to say to themselves, okay, you know what, I have a really good feeling that they're going to rank me really high, so I'm going to rank them really high. But you don't really want to go to that program. That's really silly because it's an algorithm that we don't really understand of how this match works. It's actually really scary that a computer kind of decides your fate. But what I did is I just went with my gut. You know, I wanted Emory, you know, and I just put them number 1 because I thought I'd rather put them number 1 and not miss out on a chance just in case they rank me high enough. And what's really great is that I matched into my number 1 program and they ranked me high enough knowing that I had the skills and I had, you know, the drive to do well. And that was like the biggest compliment that I could have got. And even just meeting the program director again and saying hi and meeting all the residents, it was definitely a choice that I would do again in a heartbeat. So don't try and beat the system where you think you're going to rank at a certain program due to what they said to do in the interview, what the residents think. Just rank programs of how you feel. And that's probably the best advice I can give, because I've seen way too many people not match this year due to trying to beat the system and trying to rank programs just based on what they think they should. But you know, go with your gut. If you really like a program, rank it high. If you don't really like a program but you still want to match, rank it low. And that's kind of what I did, and I'm really happy that I did that. So this was a very long-winded video, and sorry if it was a lot, but I just wanted to tell you guys that, you know, match thinking should start in first semester, and it shouldn't stop. You know, not that it's taking over your life and you're constantly thinking about match, but you're taking the necessary steps to set yourself up for a great application. And that's exactly what I did. You know, I went to conferences, I had extracurriculars, I created 2 clubs, you know, I won an AMSSM award, and I did a sub-I into the in the electives that I wanted, you know, in family medicine. So that's kind of what I did, guys, and I hope this is helpful. And you know, there's a lot of people that don't have all of these things and match in their number 1, and they don't need to, and that's fine, you know. But you know, knowing myself, coming from Caribbean school, being Canadian, not scoring the highest scores ever on my step 1 and step 2 exams, that I knew that I needed to kind of be that much better on paper. And then finally, when I get that interview, they can kind of see me for who I am and know that I'm a really good student. So that's kind of my 2 cents. I hope this helps. And again, any questions, just send me an email. Please don't use Instagram. I'm really trying to get away from the Instagram DMs because I get a lot of messages there, and they actually delete over a certain period of time. I didn't know that. So if I haven't gotten back to your message there, please send me an email, and I'll put it down in the description below. But again, I hope this helps. I'm back. I'm going to try and do videos at least once a month, if not twice. hopefully, depending on my hours, and a glimpse into the world of residency that I'm trying to figure out as we go along. So hope this helps, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm done.